Am I the bad guy for telling my middle-aged brother he's too old to be a chav? So my older brother just turned 35, and I love him to bits. But there's something I need to talk about. He dresses like a chav on purpose. Yes, you heard that right. He proudly identifies as one and has been rocking this style since he was 15. Now I get that this subculture means a lot to him, but I couldn't help but mention that maybe it's time to reconsider. I mean, chav is typically a youth thing, right? I told him he might get some strange looks from people who are dressed a bit more mature. Plus, I jokingly warned him that he might end up losing his flashy chain and rings. Well, he didn't take it too well. He told me to back off, insisting he can wear whatever he wants since no one's getting hurt. He's my older brother after all, and he doesn't want to be told what to do. He even claimed that the chav subculture has been out of style for over a decade. So I'm left wondering, am I the bad guy for trying to help him out? Am I the bad guy for expecting my friend to repaint the moss green bumper he put on my silver car? Recently, my friend borrowed my car to run a quick errand for some cigarettes. Unfortunately, he got into an accident and completely wrecked the front bumper. This was particularly frustrating for me, since I rely on my car for work in traffic control. I told him he needed to pay for a new bumper as soon as possible, especially since I would be racking up costs for Ubers in the meantime. He assured me he would take care of it quickly, which made me feel a bit relieved. Fast forward 2 days, and my friend parks my car back in my driveway. I step outside, and to my surprise, the bumper is a bright moss green, completely mismatched with my silver car. At first, I thought, okay, maybe he just hasn't had a chance to repaint it yet. So I casually asked him when he planned to get it repainted. He shrugged and said it could be done whenever I wanted. I took that as a hint that he was leaving it up to me, so I suggested, how about tomorrow? He then responded, I don't know, you can do it whenever you want to. At that moment, I felt a little frustrated. He argued that if I wanted it to match, I should have specified that before he had it fixed. Honestly, I thought it was a given that a bumper replacement would match the car's color, especially after an accident that he caused. But since I've never been in a car crash before, I wasn't sure if I was expecting too much. So, am I in the wrong for expecting my friend to repaint the bumper? Am I the bad guy for telling my girlfriend to stop sharing her food? I've been in a bit of a dilemma lately regarding my girlfriend and her habit of sharing food. Whenever we go out to eat, she always offers her meal to everyone at the table. I've asked her why she does this, and she explained that it's how she was raised, making sure everyone else is taken care of before she digs into her own plate. While I admire her generous spirit, I've tried to explain that she doesn't have to share everything, especially since everyone has their own meals. This isn't just about appetizers. She even offers bites of her burger, pasta, or soup, which can get a bit messy. I mean, who wants someone else's fork in their food? On top of that, I've specifically asked her to avoid sharing when we're dining with my friend Brian. He's a good guy, but he has a tendency to overindulge. When we're all chatting and being polite, he takes that as a cue to devour most of the shared dishes. It's frustrating because he often doesn't chip in enough for the bill, thinking that tossing in a few extra coins covers it. So last night, we were out with friends again, and predictably, my girlfriend offered her meal to everyone, including Brian. I didn't want to create a scene, so I gently nudged her to reconsider, but she just shrugged it off. Sure enough, Brian ended up eating most of her food, along with his own. On the way home, she asked if we could stop by a fast food place because she didn't get enough to eat. I couldn't help but point out that she could have enjoyed her own meal instead of sharing it. I felt bad saying it, but I was frustrated. I reminded her of my warnings about Brian's eating habits and that she shouldn't have been surprised when he took more than she intended. I did stop to get her something, but I also expressed my annoyance about effectively paying for Brian's meal, since he had eaten so much of hers. I might have come off a bit harsh, but this has been a recurring issue, and I thought she understood my concerns. Now she seems upset, and while she hasn't called me an awful person, I can sense that she's hurt. We're both kind of waiting for the other to apologize, and I'm left wondering if I really am the bad guy in this situation.
Am I the bad guy for refusing to be around my brother after he upset my daughter and hid behind just joking? I'm a 43-year-old mother, and I've always had a complicated relationship with my brother, who is 40. He has a long history of making hurtful comments and then brushing them off as jokes whenever someone gets upset. This has been a pattern throughout our lives. If anyone tries to call him out, he quickly turns it around, claiming that they're just being too sensitive instead of taking responsibility for his words. Recently, things escalated when he made some offensive remarks in front of my daughter, who is 19, and my nephew, who is only 10. My nephew, mimicking my brother, thought it was funny, and my brother encouraged this behavior, even when my daughter became visibly upset. When she finally told him to shut up, he retaliated by yelling back at her to shut up. I wasn't present during the incident, but when I arrived and saw her crying, my heart sank. It was clear that something serious had happened, and I knew my daughter wasn't the type to disrespect anyone without a good reason. Without going into too much detail, I can say that what my brother said was not just inappropriate, it bordered on hate speech. I was shocked that he would say such things, especially in front of my impressionable nephew. To my brother, it was all just a joke, and he dismissed my daughter's reaction as an overreaction. This kind of behavior is not just hurtful, it feels manipulative and emotionally abusive to me. So I decided to set a firm boundary. I told my brother that until he offers a genuine apology and shows that he understands why his comments were wrong, I wouldn't be around him, nor would I allow my daughter to be around him either. Unfortunately, some family members made me feel like I was overreacting, insisting that I should just let it go, because that's just how he is. But I firmly believe that that's just how he is, isn't a valid excuse when it comes to my child's well-being. I'm standing my ground, but I can't help but wonder if I'm being too harsh. Am I the bad guy for wanting to protect my daughter?